Hello, citizens. It is I, your friendly YouTube superhero, Helpful Man. It feels good to be back here on SSP once again. Now, since I've been back, I needed to readjust to the environment, but before I continue, I need to do a little recap and address my absence. Now, for future reference, for anything I'm talking about, James has created a playlist that features the full Witch of Woe story up to this point with Olivia Cochran, Michael Myers, and everything else. Now, keep in mind, just because you don't see the footage here on SSP, doesn't mean it doesn't happen at all. With that detail being out there, I know a little something about Olivia that wasn't addressed here on the channel, but if Olivia's out there watching, she knows what I'm talking about. I'll let her explain that detail herself. But it all started back in 2023, shortly after I let Queen Enterprises out of the woods. From there, I fell for a help wanted sign, and I was teleported away to a dark slumber. When I awoke, that's when I found out that I was kidnapped by Olivia Cochran. She wanted to give a Michael Myers variant my powers and have me deported to a different universe. Shockingly enough, that universe wasn't much different than my own. Except, of course, for the fact that in that particular universe that I was deported to, there was no SSP. There was no SelfStandard. The dude that you know as James SelfStandard Ramsey here was known as Dr. James Green there. Yes, he was a scientist and an inventor. He thought wrestling was stupid because he called it fake, but he was also camera shy, so YouTube was out of the question for him. But my first objective was to try and find this James variant, but despite the contrast of interest, this variant of James still found me incredibly helpful when I filled out for a job application as his intern. He himself theorized about the multiverse, and he knew that he had to get me back somehow. But for Christmas last year, he gave me a new power. The special megaphone contraption that he dubbed the Decibel Devastator. When I speak into it, the recipient of the sound waves will hear me speaking in their mind at a mentally amplified rate, giving them an intense headache, and they subconsciously think that they're deaf. So, I spent the next year helping Dr. Green in his lab until Halloween 2024 approached. I had no idea what James or SSP was doing to get me back, but I had faith that something had to work. I figured if the portal worked for Michael Myers, then it had to work for me. So that day, I just kept walking in and out of the portal, hoping for it to eventually activate, and what a miracle. It did! So, as I walked through, that's when I finally had my chance to battle Olivia. I didn't get much offense in at all, but I think I might have discovered a weakness in her combat style. But I'm not going to publicly address my strategy just yet. Now that I'm back, I'm ready to make up for the lost time, and I'm ready to be your friendly YouTube superhero once again. So even if you take me away from the channel, even if you strip me of my powers and give them to a serial killer, even if you're a witch with mysterious power, one thing remains the same. No inconvenience at all is any match for Helpful Man.